Hello everybody, it is Mary
and Amma.
And today we are reviewing the Courtship. Yes. So we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. So we're just going to get into it.
Yes,
today
let's get into it.
The men are having a daily tea activity and they are going to be showing off their strength. So
the strength of their muscles and the strength of their heart.
I was very shocked with Mr. Combs.
So what it is they had to pick up a ball,
a 150-pound ball, and they had to put it on a barrel, and then they had to carry a log on top of their heads, and they had to see how long they could hold it up there.
Yes.
Mr. Judge did well. Mr. Chapman did well.
Mr. Combs did well. That was surprising.
Twice. He did well twice.
Yes.
And Mr. Hunter, he did well on the second time. But
holding it up.
Yes. So those were the ones who did really well. Mr. Judge, he carried that ball like it was nothing, honey. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But, Mr. Nasir also did well. He is actually very cute. Yeah. You know, I didn't realize, I really wasn't checking for him. But when he got alone time with Miss Remy,
right,
he was actually very cute.
He actually won.
He actually won the whole competition. I was very shocked. Yes. That little boy, that little man, he got some strength, honey.
He is strong.
But so he got alone time with Miss Remy today. And they just talked or whatever, stuff like that. It seemed like they have chemistry. You know, you were saying that it seemed like he had a little bit of fear, which I think is healthy. Every man should have a really healthy fear of their woman.
Yeah, he wasn't
a small fear.
Very quickly to
kiss her.
He, you know, kind of was like, if you keep on looking at me like that, I'll have to kiss you or something. And she continued to look at him, and he was like, you keep on looking at me as though seeking permission from her to kiss.
Yeah. I think it's good when a man seeks permission to touch you or to kiss you or whatever. Yeah. Not just go in just because you think you are entitled to my body or entitled to my space. You aren't.
Yeah.
So I thought it was nice.
And then he talked to her about Mr. Chapman.
And him having a fear of commitment.
Mr. Chapman had said, we saw the men in the parlor, and Mr. Chapman had said that he doesn't feel like he will get to that proposal with Miss Remy. He's just not feeling like he can do commitment with her, period. And
she said that's something completely different than what he's telling me. But my thing is, girl, one, he told your brother.
Yeah, your brother was feeling like he's not going to be able to do a commitment.
And he told you that. And then two, when you guys were there in like after hours or whatever playing some weird game.
That was after the dinner, and she had chosen 4 men.
He also told you, said, yes, I'm scared of commitment. I don't really want to be in a committed thing.
He was the only one who said, you know, when they played the Never Have I Ever game, he was the only one who said he is afraid of commitment.
So I don't know if she's just choosing to have selective hearing or if she is just not listening, if she's just listening to her body parts. Because, I mean, at this point, we should have... boom, 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 our top 3. We should have all the questions that we need answered. And if we have answers that we do not like, they should be dismissed. Like, this is marriage. We have only 5 guys left. I'm very shocked. I thought there was like 8.
6 guys. There's 6 guys left at this point.
Well, now we have 5.
Remember, she sent home Holland and... who else was it last week? Holland
and Mumbrey. They both had to go.
Mumbrey, yeah.
At that point, they were dead weights. And I'm very shocked that Mr. Combs is still here.
Yeah, I was thinking that he will be gone because I don't really see the chemistry, and she even said so during the dance. Anyway, we're going ahead of ourselves. Yeah. So he had that thing with her. He told her about Mr. Chapman. He's, you know, not wanting to commit. She speaks to her.
Well, she told Mr. Hunter. Well, after that, she had a conversation with Mr. Hunter, and she was just like, you know, my thing is, I feel like you're not trying to be vulnerable. Like, there's just this wall here, and I'm just like, I don't know why and everything. You know, I know a lot of people in the comments last week said that
Hunter.
A lot of people said they like Mr. Hunter.
That was my thing, because I felt like he had kind eyes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it seemed like everybody was commenting in our last video on the courtship about Mr. Hunter. I really wasn't checking for him. I didn't even know who the hell I was. So, but I I really liked him for her.
Yeah.
You know, he seemed kind, and I thought that it was nice that he said that he is always trying to be the rock for other people.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's what you need in a husband. You do not want a man to come here and dump on you. You are a grown man. Keep your shit together. Because I need somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that she should have dismissed that so quickly. I thought that was a fail on her part. Mm-hmm. But we are going to speed up.
And her parents really liked him.
Yeah, because he always respectful of the parents and everything. And that's what you want. Yeah. You don't want a Mr. Bokikio who is disrespectful, who has a hint of disgust whenever he's looking at the parents. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if it's his side view. No. But he always looks as though he has smelled something bad, or just has
a hint of disgust whenever he's looking at the parents.
So I don't trust Mr. Bokikio's eyes. I know there are people who like him, coming hard for him.
I would hope that you guys are cleaning your glasses vigilantly as you're watching these TV shows.
Maybe you need some glasses though. But you know, they say one of the subscribers said that he is this very good realtor or real estate agent.
I don't give a damn what you have. If you are a jerk, you ain't going to be good to me.
But I don't know. Something about Mr. Bokikio, I don't know.
Can we just say this, though? Like, just because a man has a good job and good money does not mean that he is a great man. Yeah. Okay, it's about character. It's about morals. It's about values. It's about how you treat me. It's about how you treat the CEO down to the janitor.
Yeah.
And the hobo on the street.
Yeah.
That's what it is about. Yeah. And it's about how you are careful with my heart. And she even said it. She said, I wish he was more gentle with my heart.
Yeah.
You know,
because he's one of those people. Well, we're still going ahead of ourselves. Okay. So she
let's
spoke to Mr. Hunter.
Yeah. Well, we already finished that. Okay. Mr. Hunter. Okay. Well, he just, he wants to be the rock for other people, whatever, this, that, and the third. Yeah. I don't really think she's feeling Miss Hunter. She wants him to get there, whatever, but she has other connections. So you are dead weight at this point.
Because guess what? Mr. Bokikio, until Mr. Nazir showed up, Mr. Bokikio was not giving you 2 cents. Yet, you kept on making these overtures to him.
You do it for who you like. So you don't really like him. You aren't really
Mr.
feeling
Hunter.
him.
Let's just keep it above.
And you're not really feeling Mr. Combs either. But you have to be sensitive or delicate about that situation.
I think Mr. Combs, the thing is,
he's funny, but I mean that's it.
And then also he tries to support her, makes her laugh, whatever. And
that's going to last for so long.
He's more open than Mr. Hunter. You see, I think
that kiss had no sexual chemistry.
She's getting it wrong a little bit.
Mom, she's been wrong this whole season.
You keep on wanting the men the ones who hurry up and say I love you, the ones who give you promises, the ones who open up. Those are the ones you feel like, oh, well, they're trying for me. But Nicole, I don't know what to say because they will disappoint you. But let's keep on going.
You know what I think, though? I feel like maybe in her past, she has had a difficult time with men who have not opened up to her.
Okay, yes.
So she is like jumping for anybody who is showing her attention or who is being vulnerable, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
But the thing is, just
doing
because
silly things like going to her boudoir with breakfast, and all of a sudden she's like, yes, let me reward you. Come here, let's kiss.
And let's have sex.
Well, I don't know about that, allegedly, but let's let's kiss.
Let's just give up the allegedly. Let's just give up the allegedly.
I did not see it with my own eyeballs, did you?
This is not a porn movie, so we would not have seen it. Anyway.
Good point.
Yeah, I just, you just can't hop up to any man. It's just like if you have it's just like if you have dealt with broke men your whole life. You finally get with a guy who has money, but he's an asshole in every other aspect of his life.
And you decide to stay on
but he has money, though. At least he provides for me, though. No, boo. Yeah. No. And it's okay to want the whole package. Look at Sierra.
Yeah.
Look at Savannah James. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Prime examples of you can have it all.
You can have it all.
Damn Skippy.
Kourtney Kardashian.
Oh, yes. I forgot about girl Courtney. Yes, so honey. Yes. So when you are having doubts, you look at those 3 women.
Yes.
It is possible for you. So what happened after that?
All right. So then she requested Mr. Bokikio join her for a spa date.
Yes.
And so they go, and
which I just thought that she should not have done that. Like, Mr. Hunter looked very disturbed.
That could have been the time that she could have called him.
Yeah.
If she was feeling him.
But she was not. So you called Mr. Bokikyo. I'm like, why do you
want
another
overture to him? Yes.
But like, I'm like, this guy did not make any ajo to come and see you all day today. But you go and reward him with a spa day.
Yeah. This is why it was hard for Mr. Hunter to open up, because you're doing
he
quite
sees,
a bit.
He sees everything that you're doing. He's seen how you moving. How am I supposed to be vulnerable to you? You having everybody else be vulnerable to you. You want me to be vulnerable to you? I'm glad he wasn't vulnerable because you let him go that same day.
There was no point, actually, because you weren't feeling him like that, and maybe he probably felt that. Anywho, but he was very gracious. But we are going ahead. So Mr. Bokikyo goes to the tub where they are, and it's these two tubs,
and he's talking, and it's like a spa day. It was like at night or whatever, stuff like that. And he was talking to her, whatever, and stuff. And he was like, I know you have concerns and questions, and I know you want to get engaged after this and stuff like that. But like a proposal, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, you promised me that.
But you so what?
During the masquerade ball, what was that?
So are you going back on your word?
Are you going back on your word?
And no, but it's like it's crazy.
The only reason why he said so at the masquerade ball because Mr. Nasir was showed up. That was when Mr. Nasir showed up.
Yes.
He could not at that time when you were all goo gaga over Mr. Nasir, the newcomer. That was not the time for him to say, I could propose. Because Mr. Nasir called them out. He asked them directly. Yeah. Okay? And he said, and was Mr. Chapman the one who was kind of unsure even then?
I'm not sure.
Yes,
but you see, that's my thing.
He was unsure, but Mr. Nasir said yes. Everybody else said yes except for Mr. Chapman.
But that's my thing, though, because I think somebody in the comments was like, "Oh, Mr. Bokikyo's not a Dusty or whatever." He is a Dusty, and this is the reason why. Because
lack of manners.
And the thing is, you're disingenuous.
Yeah.
You didn't mean it, but you said it just because you are in some type of competition. You're not really into her.
He's a Dusty because of the lack of character.
The lack of character, the lack of lying, and then also just the disgust he has in his eyes whenever he looks at his parents. Every single time.
And the brother.
I know. So I don't know what the hell that's about. I don't know how he was raised. I don't know who he be getting down with.
I don't know if he is upset maybe at the way she's moving or whatever. He kept on telling her.
But what did that have to do with the parents,
I am having a hard time
watching you with other guys.
With other men, right.
Then this was the wrong damn show for you, Jack.
I know. I wonder
Exit side left.
Yeah. So he said, so she tells him that, she says in the confessional that Mr. Bokikyo, I'm happy that he's honest, but he has to
I wish he could be a little more gentle or careful with my heart.
He reminds me of one of those people who will be like, I'm just blunt.
I'm just blunt.
I keep it real.
No, you're just a jackass. Yeah, you're just a jackass.
What else?
Exactly what you is.
He appears
That's what it is.
to be one of those people who will be like, I'm keeping it real.
No.
You know those people who they're like, I keep it real. I tell it is, but then they're always very rude and they're very mean-spirited as they're telling you their realness or their truth. And he just hurts your feelings. That's who he is. And I'm happy she was able to tell that he is not very gentle with her heart.
Mom, she couldn't tell nothing.
Will
because
you
she
continue,
is still
Mr. Bokikyo?
Mom, I don't know why this fool's still here, and I'm excited that it's dwindling down because I really want to see who's going to stay. If I had to guess, Bokikyo will still be there. She will either end up with Bokikyo or Chapman. But speaking of Chapman, so
she
after
likes Mr. Bokikyo and then her sister loves Mr. Bokikyo.
The sister has had concerns, and so has the brother.
About Mr. Bokikyo?
Yeah, remember after the dinner or whatever when he interrupted, not interrupted, but he stormed into their dinner or whatever.
Right.
The sister was like, I didn't really like how he did that or whatever, but she said at least he tries though. He tried, and then the sister was like, oh okay. I don't think the sister really likes him that much.
Well,
like
she was
watching
all
him
for Mr. Bokikyo before
in the beginning, but then I think she started to see some stuff. If you can't see the red flags, girl, I can't help you. Only God can help you at this point.
Yeah. So after their little, their spa date, that was when she decides that
she has
a
little brunch with the girls. And then she decides. She says,
I'm gonna go talk.
I want to go talk to Lincoln because I don't like the fact
Chapman.
that. Yes, she said I don't like the fact that he's talking to all the guys without talking to me about these things.
Yes.
So I went to go and talk to Mr. Chapman.
Yes.
So she goes to the men's boudoir for the first time, and she says, "Hi guys, she asked them to leave so that I can have a conversation with Mr. Chapman." Mm-hmm. And you want to talk about it?
Well, then she comes. She sits and she's telling him, one of the guys told me that you're having problems with the commitment. And he's like, Nicole, I just don't think that I can get there where you want me to get there. I love you a lot. I'm so
He didn't say I love you a lot. He said that I can, I'm falling for you.
Okay, I'm falling for you. And, but I just don't see, he cannot see how
I can't give you the life. I can't give you the life that you want.
Like, there are other guys here who can give you a better life than I can. And so she starts to cry. She says she feels like a fool. And then he starts to cry.
I'm sure you do.
It appeared to me that he has some low self-esteem also. But then I oscillate between thinking that and also thinking that he's a player. Because you already knew about your van life. If you knew that this was, not going to... You're not going to be able to propose at the end. You could have excused yourself before. But you went out of your way to seek her in her boudoir to,
have sex.
Be intimate with her, right? And now that she's falling for you, now you want to backtrack, So I oscillate between, okay, is he someone who has been told all his life that he's not good enough, or is he just a player? And I'm kind of leaning towards the player.
I just thought it was very odd. She was bawling her eyes out, and
he's also crying.
Well, he was not crying for a very, very long time.
It took him a while.
And I was here screaming and saying, man, this is just a hit it and quit it situation.
He was
like, girl, cold. You better get up and grab and get out there. Don't you let that man see you cry.
Yeah.
And then he started having little small fake tears.
Then he started to cry after a while. But it took him a while, yeah. And so then she leaves, and then the guys come in, and he's telling them, this might be the last time I talk to you in this, lounge or whatever. I'm going to go and think about things myself. I thought he was leaving. I thought that's what he was doing. He was going to pack up his stuff and go. But no, he came back. He didn't pack up his stuff and go. And
so he was there at the thingy. He was at the farewell ball.
Well, at the confessional, he made this comment that, he always runs away from things when they get serious. And he's going to stop being a kid or a coward. And he is going to stand up, and maybe something good might come through it. He's going to see you through. So he is there now. And, before he leaves the guys, he tells them, I know for sure she's falling for me.
Mr. Boquillo looked pissed as hell.
And Mr. Boquillo, he's just thinking...
He's like, I was just in trouble for last night.
She is falling for him, and he knows this for sure. It's those kinds of things. Those are the problems I have with Mr. Chapman. He has loose lips. I cannot stand a man who has loose lips with other guys about a private thing with him and his woman. I cannot stand a man who got loose lips. And he got loose lips. From the time when he had, it was intimate with her, he came out walking as though he could not walk.
Yes, limping like his penis was hurting or whatever the case was.
Listen, this dude,
it was too much.
He up to no good. So this is what happened. So he is there at the dance. They have 3 guys who are on the dance card: Mr. Hunter,
Mr. Cone,
Mr. Who else? Hunter,
Chapman.
Cone, and Chapman.
I was so sure Cones was going home. How the hell is he still here?
He tells her, he says, even say a word. I'm going to tell you about yourself, your strength, your this and that. And he was kind of saying goodbye. But she even surprised him. And she's like, thank you so much for being such a very good person, someone I can support. that will support me, and she hugs him, and he chuckles, and he picks her up, and he's even surprised. He said, do I go upstairs? Yes, you can go upstairs, Mr. Coles. So he went upstairs. So now goes Mr. Hunter, and she's dancing with him and saying that, you know, I need you to be vulnerable, and I can't always be telling you what you need to do.
I don't want to have to tell you what I need. I just want you to kind of have to figure it out.
How many times, Nicole, were you like this telling Mr. Bokikyo, I need
this, I need this, I need this,
you
I need
gotta
this.
show more.
I need more affection.
Look, and what did he tell you? You need to meet me halfway. But you still kept him because you like him. You're not feeling Mr. Hunter like that. Anyways, suffice to say,
it's like all the men that it's like all the men that her parents like, she don't like. Yeah. I think it could be a rebellion thing too. I don't know. Maybe. But you too damn old to be going through this. This is what you go through at 15, 16, 18.
Yeah, so
well, really 14.
She let Mr. Hunter go. Mr. Hunter
I was shocked out of my brain.
He said, you know, he told the family, you're very inspiring.
You're such an inspiring family.
And then he takes all the blame, and he says, you know, I should have done better, and I should have opened up. And he was like, I really saw us, you know, like being together in the end.
Well, it was the way you're moving. He can't open up to you because he sees that you're not giving him a chance.
Well, you're not
giving him a chance.
You're like doing quite a bit with so many different people. Like, you know, and then he's hearing from the other guys and all this stuff. So, and then he sees how many chances you're giving Mr. Bokikyo, someone like him.
I'm sure he's seeing that he's a dusty, and she's just like, what are you doing?
It's kind of like,
how am I supposed to take her seriously, and how am I supposed to be vulnerable with that?
Yeah. So,
and when I know she doesn't feel me like that,
yeah.
They can always tell when a woman's not really into them. They're not stupid.
Anybody can really tell. It's just that sometimes we tend to want to fool ourselves and pretend that it's not what we're seeing in front of our faces. Mr. Bokikyo, Miss Rabi, can't you see?
Yeah.
Mr. Chapman, Miss Rabi, can't you see? Anywho. So Mr. Hunter left, and then she's dancing with Mr. what's his name? Chapman. And he was just like, thank you so much for
allowing me to be
here. And he's all, you know, he makes that puppy dog face that, you know, if you didn't know him and see how he was moving, you will feel sorry for this man.
Yeah, for real. I was like, that man fine. I was like, and then I felt bad for him. I was like, oh my god.
If the intimacy was any good, plus with that puppy dog, girl, that's when you got to really pray.
You got to really pray.
You need spiritual help for that one, because he is, you know what he reminds me of? Remember the vampires in Twilight?
Yeah.
When they were like, we can make like people fall in love with us and all that stuff. Edward was telling Bella. Yeah, that is Mr. Chapman for you. So, girl, I don't know what you're going to do.
And she must say they had a connection. Girl, y'all had a sexual connetion.
So now,
and he hasn't done nothing since.
So he's saying all these sweet words, whispering. The guys are trying to be like, what is
this? Mr. Bokikyo was like this.
I can't believe.
Like, and he was rolling his eyes from here to China. He said, you know, my biggest competition will probably be Mr. Chapman.
He said, what is going on?
And Nasir's like, he's holding her hands. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm here trying to listen. And like, I'll be very shocked that Mr. Chapman is still here.
She's like, you
absolutely broke my heart.
It takes him a while before he says, I'm sorry. But she said, you broke my heart. He says, I'm sorry, I will not do that again or something. And then he picks her up, and she picks up her feet, and hugs him, and she's so happy.
And if you want this love, he said, but you know what he said? He actually said, you know, I want to see if this isn't just a fling or if this is real love. And she said, well, me, if I heard that, I would be like, just take your ass onto the carriage. Just take your ass like, you are dismissed. Poof!
Yes,
be gone. How dare you say this is a fling?
Yes, if this is not a lust or fling, or if it's real.
If this is real love, then
fight for it. Fight for it.
Did you not hear what the fuck he just said? Ooh.
We're not supposed to be cursing no more.
But the thing is, like, are you trying to be dense? Like, he just said he wants to know if this is a fling or not. He just broke your heart, and you let him stay over Mr. Hunter.
I
think the height actually killed Mr. Hunter too, because he was actually quite short when he stood next to Combs and Mr. Chapman.
But Chapman also was not that tall.
Well, anyway. Combs is taller than Chapman, but I'm just shocked that she let him stay. And like so I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone.
So then he goes and he is standing with the other guys, and he hunches his back, gives his puppy
and he's smiling,
eyes, and he goes like this, and then she goes.
And Mr. Bokikio's looking so pissed. He's like, what do I have to do to get rid of this sucker?
And she's all happy. So now we see the preview. There are some merry-go-round.
And Mr. Chapman's like, my thing is, she seems to be in love where I'm at a point where I'm not even there yet, or I don't even know if I can get there. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm like confused.
I cannot.
I'm discombobulated.
The man has told you he ain't got himself together.
This is why the men are playing you for a fiddle, and this is why they can't take you seriously because of the way you move it.
Of all the people, they're thinking to themselves,
Chapman,
of all the people, Mr. Chapman
and Bokikio,
you're still with Mr. Like they're wondering to themselves. So, anywho, you all get in the comments. Because Nicole, she is exhausted me. I am trying to keep hope alive for this girl. But oh my goodness
I don't
gracious.
know who's there for her anymore. I think maybe Nasir will be okay. But he's had 3 sons and
French.
stuff. So yeah, I don't.
French.
I'm sorry.
Men cheat.
I know shade to the French
part
community if y'all
their
watching.
Culture, okay?
No shade to the French
Anyone
community.
who's French, tell us how it is. Back me up. You know how the men roll there.
Yeah, and he said he's had 3 sons and stuff like that. I don't trust that little small beauty-eyed fool. I don't trust him. Sorry.
I thought he was cute.
He is cute. But, cute can also be killer.
Well, we see Mr. Chapman.
That man fine as hell. And he a model, too. He know what the hell he doing. He look like those men that you have on your romance novels.
Okay.
That's what he looked like. But I just
usually they're dark. Well, they like the men with the dark hair or dark skin or olive
like
skin.
Like the Arabs, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I just
or Spanish or African or
usually colored. But anyway, we digress. I just think it's just a damn shame. I'm just confused in so many ways.
So now we have Mr.
Chapman,
Judge, the
Combs,
tall guy.
I think Judge or Nasir. I don't know.
I think he's gonna be okay.
There's nobody.
So it's Judge Nasir.
There's nobody. I can't think of nobody.
It's Judge Nasir, Combs, Chapman, Bokikio. It's 5 of them.
This is
Judge Nasir, Combs, Chapman, Bokikio. Now,
you know what that is, Mom? That's the spit water that she has left in her cup. That's the spit water.
I think Coles is gonna be gone. That's what I think.
However, if he is still there, I am literally just going to scream.
Okay, so the thing is, I think Mr. Chapman, he's going to excuse himself
again
as time goes on. That man, he has already said it in the preview. She loved me, I don't love her. I mean, like, this man don't want to be there. Okay.
Why he's there? I don't know why the blue-eyed wanderer didn't just wander his ass down the alley and not come back.
But probably the producers begged him to stay. Because they try to have their drama.
Y'all need to be sued. That's what y'all need to be. Y'all need to be sued. Because y'all just as bad as criminals.
Let me see.
Ruining lives.
I think that, right now she's certainly feeling Chapman on Bokikio. She hasn't done anything with Mr. Judge. She hasn't done anything with Mr. Combs. And then Mr. Nasir. Mr. Nasir and her, probably they will work out, but he's French. So you got to be used to his whatever. But she really likes Mr. Chapman. She really likes Mr. Chapman. It was the sex.
Obviously, it was really good. And she is now, you know what they say, the penis-matized.
And then Mr. Bokikio, she really likes Mr. Bokikio. Because she told him, she said, Danny, I really like you in the tub. She's like, Danny, I really like you. And he took a while as he just leaned, looking at her like, what am I doing in this tub? And then he leans over to her. And he said, I could see us in the end? I think
he said I could see a life after this. That was before Mr. Chapman said he was falling for her, and he was like, I was just in the tub with her. Maybe that's why he has the look of disgust on his face every time he's around the parents and her. Girl, y'all just look at Mr. Bokikio in his eyes and tell me if you see what I'm seeing.
He always seems to have also like a little smirk, like he has it's like he has a smirk and he has smelled something bad. Like,
it's odd.
When the father is questioning him, he's looking at him as if to say, who are you again?
Yeah.
Where did you come from? I don't have to answer to you. I'm all about Miss Remy. Poof, be gone. That's what he looks like. You want to tell the daddy? So we will see.
And he also said, Mr. Remy is here grilling me, and it is scary as shit. Like, he says something like that. He's like, it's scary. I'm like, why do you have to be scared for? Like, what's wrong with you?
So
what's actually wrong with you, bro?
At this point, I'm thinking the
There's
best person
nobody there for her mom.
No,
she just gotta walk out the whole damn competition.
The best person for her, I'm thinking, probably maybe is will be Mr. Judge. She had spoken to him before. He seems like a nice person. That's the one who can lift very easily.
Oh, he lift. Well, I'm sure he'd be bench pressing at least 450.
Yeah, he picked that up really easy. Although he wasn't able to hold the thing over his head for long.
I wonder how big that was.
I don't know, but to hold it over his head for a long period of time.
Maybe he's not able to.
Oh, you know what I think he did? I think he messed up his arm.
Yeah, he did. Because remember he went like this.
Yeah. So I'm showing me what he did tricep. He's like, I have messed up. Let me put this down. I'm not finna mess up my tricep. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, he messed. That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought he got out of whack.
Yeah, so he just went ahead and just put it down. So interesting, but yes,
yeah, it is Mary
and Amma.
Thank y'all for watching. We invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below.